In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to analyze your Facebook ad the right way. One of the skills that pro advertisers have is the ability to analyze their Facebook ad correctly and make an informed decision, because you can actually run Facebook ad, but when you look at the metrics and you don't know what to do, you don't know what to tweak, you don't know how to optimize your advert to get better results, you are still not going to get the best result. And one thing you need to know about Facebook ad metrics is there are a lot of metrics. So if you don't know the right one to look at, you are going to be stuck looking at different things that are not relevant. Like you can see in your screen now, there are a lot of metrics that are showing right here. Don't get drowned here. I'm going to show you how I approach my metrics that has helped me over the years. And the very first thing is this: I like to classify my metrics into primary metrics and secondary metrics. Now, what do I mean by primary metrics? It's very simple. Primary metrics are those metrics that are so important. They are the metrics that I look at first before I even think of looking at the secondary metrics, because the secondary metrics has little influence to what happens to my advert. I'm just going to list the primary metrics right away. As you can see, all these things are Facebook ad metrics. Facebook ad metrics simply means the numbers, the data that Facebook is giving you, so that when you look at this data, you will be able to know exactly what to do. Do you understand? Now, when you look at this, my primary metrics is number one, the hook rate. And don't worry, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about this. Number one is the hook rate. Like, what is the hook rate? The hook rate is simply means the percentage of people who see your advert versus the percentage of people who watch the first 3 seconds. In other words, hook rate helps me to know how attention grabbing my Facebook advert is. Remember that when you're advertising on Facebook and Instagram, you are actually playing the attention grabbing game. People are scrolling, watching TikTok, watching Reels, watching skits. But if your adverts are able to grab their attention, that is the first job of your ad. And that is why I tell people, if you are running adverts, you are going to put 60% of your effort in what happens in the first 3 seconds of your video, because that is what is going to grab people's attention. Now you can see the line in this hook rate, these numbers you are seeing is the number that tells me whether my advert is grabbing attention or not. The very first primary metrics that I like to look at is the hook rate, because if the hook rate is not giving me good numbers, every other things here is not going to look good at all. So the very second one is link click. If you are an online marketer, you should already be familiar with what a link click means. A link click means I put a link in my advert. How many people have clicked that link? All right. Link click is different from clicks. Please pay attention. Clicks are different click that is happening around. When people click on that see more to see your full advert, it is recorded as a click. When people click on the play video to play your video, it is recorded as a click. When people click on the like button, when people click on the share button, when people click on the Facebook page to go to your Facebook page, all of these things are recorded as a click. What that means is that click is actually not that important. What is the most important is link click. That is the only people who click on the link in my advert. And that is the primary goal of my ad, to actually get people to click on the link. I hope I have been able to explain this. So the very second one is link click. And if you can see, I like to put all my primary metrics aside. I'm going to show you how to customize this. Now, the very third one is cost per link click. Please, it is not cost per click. I have explained what click is. The very third one is cost per link click. Of course, as an internet marketer, we want to be obsessed with how much Facebook is charging us per one link click, because if the cost per link click is very high, just be assured that you can never get lower cost per result. There is no way Facebook is going to be charging you 200 naira to get one click, and you're expecting to see 100 naira per lead is not working because the cost per link click have already exceeded your expected cost per result. I hope we're following. So this is cost per link click. This is where we'll now look at it, and then I'm going to show you how to analyze it always. Now this one is click-through rate. Click-through rate. It is not click-through rate per se. It is link click-through rate. So you can see the bracket here, link click-through rate, because there is another one. The reason I'm explaining it like this so that it does not confuse you. There is another one that is click-through rate, just the click that I've explained earlier. Please, as an internet marketer, if you want to get the best out of your metrics, work with link click. Do not work with click. In fact, I'm going to show you what I mean. When I go to the customized column, I will show you which one is click and which one is link click. So click-through rate simply means the percentage of people who have seen your advert versus how many people have clicked. What that means is that 100 people saw my advert, one person clicked on it. Wow. So that means I have 1% click-through rate. You understand what I mean? So if your click-through rate is below 1%, your advert is not doing well. Don't pet yourself that okay, your advert is doing well. If once you see your click-through rate below 1%, you know that it's time to actually work on the ad. So the next primary metrics, I told you there are 5, is the result. Is the result. In this case, why you are seeing messaging conversation is because the purpose of my advert in this case is to get people to message me on WhatsApp. So literally the result of this advert is messaging conversation. But if you are running advert for app download, your result is app download. If you are running advert to get order on your website, your result is getting order. All right, that is purchases or sales. My 5 biggest primary metrics is number 1, the hook rates. Number 2, the click-through rates. Number 3, the cost per link click. Number 4, the click-through rates. Number 5, the messaging conversation. That is the result. And then number 6, the cost per result. So let me bring this here. If you can see this, you can see cost per result. This is cost per messaging. Remember that I said that the result of this advert is messaging. So that's why you're seeing cost per messaging. By the way, you can customize all of these to appear however you want. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm now going to talk about the secondary metric, which is not so much important. So when it comes to secondary metrics, I like to look at how many people my adverts have reached. So that is the reach. That is the reach here. Then I look at impression. You can see some of these adverts have reached 14,000 people, 39,000 people, 27,000 people. This one have reached 60,000 people. I've been running this ad for actually quite some time now. So I look at the reach, I look at the impression. This is where I look at the frequency. Remember, it's already in secondary metrics. This is where I look at the frequency. So how many times do people see my advert in a day on average? This is why I look at the average video play time. Like on average, people played my video for 13 seconds before they actually skip the video. On average, people play the video for it. It doesn't mean that everybody that see the video play it 11 seconds. No. Some people actually watch it to the end. I'm just saying on average because that's what Facebook gives you. I'm going to show you how you can use this to analyze your Facebook ad result. Let me just run this down so that you understand what I mean. Okay, so I look at other things, maybe cost per 1,000 impression, which means how much is Facebook charging me per impression. You know that Facebook charges per impression. What I mean is this: once Facebook show your advert on somebody's news feed, your money is going. It does not matter whether the person click on the ad, whether the person like the ad, whether the person watch the no, this thing does not matter. As long as somebody on Facebook or Instagram have seen your advert on their news feed or on their stories, on their reel, your money is being deducted. Does that make sense? So, and that's why you must actually make sure your advert is speaking to people that need it. Your advert has to be very convincing so that the more Facebook show it on people's news feed, the more action those people are going to take. I told you that the hook rate is a percentage of people who see your advert versus percentage of people who watch the first 3 seconds. Every time that you run an advert and your hook rate is below 20%, please go and work on what is happening in the first 3 seconds. I see people, they are starting book advert, and like immediately they are, instead of hooking people with a line, they are now saying, "Hello, my name is so person. I am from the." These things are a big turn off for people on Facebook. Immediately, you need to hook them in. For example, if you are struggling to make money online and you want to discover a very secret source of income, this video is for you. Or something like this. If you are tired of landing poor client and you want to discover my 3-step framework of getting high ticket client every single time, watch this video till the end. These are hooks. Immediately you are going to hook them. It's not for you to start telling them good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from. These things are turn off. And that is why you are going to see that your hook rate is going to drop off. When you look at this advert I'm showing you on the screen, you see that my hook rate is really pretty high. Like I said, any hook rate below 20%, you need to work on it. It's not doing well, it's not grabbing attention. And please, before we proceed, understand that data do not lie, numbers don't lie. You can't come here and see 15% and you say, okay, I think maybe Facebook did not get it right. I don't think my video is doing well. No. Once you have seen a low data, it is a wake-up call for you to work on it. And that is even why you have to have a Facebook ad playbook. I call it my Facebook ad troubleshoot checklist. What I mean is this: if my hook rate is not doing well, what should I do? I already know that because I have the checklist. If my link click are very low, what should I do? I should know what to do as an advertiser. If my cost per link click is very high, how can I bring it down? What am I going to do? Some people don't know about it. If my click-through rate is lower than 1%, what should I do? If my messaging or my result is actually not coming in, I you need to have a Facebook ad troubleshoot playbook if you want to win this Facebook ad game. Does that make sense? All right. So hook rate. You can see this hook rate. The first one is 36%, the second one is 42, 35, 40. The hook rate is actually pretty good. Now, how do I take advantage of this hook rate that is working very well? Number one, I can go and check the videos that I used to run this ad, and I take note of whatever I did in the first 3 to 5 seconds, whatever I did, whatever I said. For instance, I can find out that this one that is giving me 42%, you can see this is the highest one. This one, maybe I started the video by walking around. I did not sit down to shoot the video. What should I do? It means, okay, just by walking around when I'm starting the video, I was able to grab attention. So 90% of the videos I'm going to be doing in the future for my advert, I am not going to sit down. You see, this simple change in your video can actually drive up your hook rate. All right. The next one is this. I look at this one that is giving me 41%, and I can check and see that the first thing that I said in that video is, if you are tired of doing so and so thing, pay attention to what I'm about to say. What that means is that what I said in the first 3 seconds of that video is grabbing attention. So immediately I am shooting another video, I am going to use something related to what I said in this video, because as an advertiser, you need to understand that the moment you get what is working, you need to do 100 times of it before you start thinking of something new. Do 100 times of what is working before you start thinking of something new. Does that make sense? Okay, that is for the hook rate. And how can you actually set this up? Facebook do not give you this matrix. You create it by yourself. It is called a custom matrix. Custom matrix means that you actually create it yourself. I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's proceed. This is the link click. Okay, when you look at this link, you can see this one has 355 link clicks. All these things are actually real. It means 355% have clicked on this link. This one now, it means 813 people have clicked on the link. Like I've said, I've run the advert for quite some time now. Okay, now this is the cost per link click. This means I'm getting 40 naira per link click. Everybody that click on my link, Facebook charges me 40 naira, and that's pretty fine for the kind of advert I'm running, with the kind of sales that I'm making. As a Facebook advertiser, you need to have an acceptable cost per everything. Like when I look at my metrics and I see that the cost per link click have gone off to 90 naira, I say, no, 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 this is so much. And I will easily turn it off because I know what is acceptable for me. it is different from what is acceptable for you. Your own could be, if I run an advert and I don't get link click per 20 naira, I don't think I'm doing well. Probably because I'm selling a 2K product or a very low ticket product. But it depends. For me, one sale can actually mean 195K for my business. So I'm very good with this cost per link click. All right. So the next one is click through rates. I've told you, if your click through rate is below 1%, okay, I don't think this advert is doing well. Let me just turn it off. So you can see here, I'm almost getting 2% link through rates. I'm almost getting 2% because every one of it is more than 1%. And when I started this advert, I was getting up to 4% click through rate. Why did it drop down? Because the more your advert run on Facebook, the more it constantly reaches fatigue. What that means is that the more it runs, the more a lot of people will no longer engage by it. And that is why, as an advertiser, you have to constantly shoot new videos, make new creative, get new images so that you keep refreshing your adverts. You will never hear anything fatigue in your business again if you do this. So it was around 4%, but it's slightly continued dropping because I have been spending a lot of money for the ad, and that is okay for me. But the moment it is no longer 1%, the moment it is less than 1%, I'm going to do something else to it because I know that, okay, this advert is actually not working again. All right. So that's for the click to rate. The next one is my messaging, which is the results. So you can see this one, 206 people have messaged me from this advert. This one, 520 people. This one, 6. So you can see how the result actually comes. Now, let's look at the cost per result. As a business owner, you need to have an acceptable cost per result. Anytime I come to this advert and I see that my cost per result is above 100 naira, I am turning it off. I am not thinking, okay, maybe I can give you some. No, I am turning it off because 100 naira is the height, the biggest height that I have set it. All right. So as you can see, I have not reached my acceptable cost per result. So my adverts will keep running. As a Facebook advertiser, you need to have your own acceptable cost per result. What is it that once your adverts have reached that level, you just turn it off? So you can see this one, 69 naira, 62 naira, 56 naira. I'm even getting as low as 47 naira. And that is why, let me say this, all your advert must not be giving you the same cost per result. It's not possible. That is why you need to have an acceptable cost per result. If your acceptable cost per result is 100 naira, even if you are getting 90 naira cost per result, don't turn it off because it has not reached your acceptable cost per result. What actually influences cost per result? Well, because this is a competitive industry. The industry I am in is a competitive industry. There are a lot of people that are selling something related to what I'm selling, and we are competing among the same customers. So that is why some people might get some of my customer and I might get some of their customers. It's competitive. It's a game of whoever spend bigger or higher to get the customer is going to win. So you cannot say, oh, I want my cost per result to be 20 naira. And if it's not 20 naira, I'm just going to turn it off. You will never make sale like that. Your acceptable cost per result has to be very realistic, depending on what is happening in your industry. So as you can see now, when you combine all the messaging conversation I've gotten, is more than 2,000 or even 2,500. These 2,500 people message me. You should know how much I have been able to convert to become sales because my conversational follow up is very strong. Okay, so very quickly, these are primary metrics. These are primary metrics. Now, let me show you. Like I said, secondary metrics are actually just amount spent, frequency, reach, impression, average. Those things does not really matter for me like that. Okay, very quickly, what do I need? I have talked about how to maximize hook rates. Look at the first 3 to 5 seconds. Whatever you did in that video, do it more as long as it is giving you bigger percentage. Now, link click. If I'm getting a lot of link click, I'll say, okay, so whatever I am actually saying in this video is making people to click. What that means is that it is persuasive enough. How do I maximize it? Very simple. Next time I'm running advert, whatever I said in that video, the kind of offer I made in that video, I will just repeat it because it is already making people to click. So I just do it. And cost per link click, I will look out of all these adverts, which one is giving me the lowest cost per link click. Of course, that is this one, 32 naira. And because you can see, because it's giving me 32 naira, almost 900 people have clicked on it, whereas others are 500, 600, 400. So this one that is giving me lower cost per click, I have to carefully study this advert, the headline that I use on the ad, the copy that I use on the ad, the video that I shot on the ad, the kind of clothes I was wearing, the movement that happened. I have to carefully, even if that is what you did for one day, it is worth it. Bring that video. In fact, I probably say, let me edit this advert and carefully study what I did in the ad. I will study, okay, what kind of targeting did I use? What kind of audience did I use? What kind of location? What kind of age? I'm going to study it because that is what is giving me the best result. Okay, now I use 3,000 naira for the budget. I will now note it down. Okay, 3,000 naira gives me that result. Fantastic. I will now check again. Okay, probably because I target only male, or probably because I target only female. Fantastic. I will now write it down. Okay, what kind of placement do I use? Is it automatic placement? Wow. So automatic placement actually give me result. I write it down. Then I will go to the advert part. I'll go to the advert part and I will look at, oh, what kind of ad copy is giving me this insane result? Wow. What that means, this is the kind of advert. What kind of video did I play? I will monitor everything that I did in that advert and I write it down. Guess what? After I'm done doing that, I am going to go and replicate everything again because you, as long as that advert is giving you good results, it means there is a reason why it is giving you that result. You don't just leave it there. You study what you did because what it means is that you finally got something right. So when you get something right, you study it and you replicate more and more of it. And that's how we win in this ad game. So that's for the cost per link click. Of course, what influences click-through rate is how many link click. When your advert reach 100 people and one person click, you're definitely going to see 1% here. All right. So that's how it works. Now, when you look at this, what is the advert that is giving me the lowest, cheaper cost per result? Let's look at this. As you can see, it is this 47 naira. Wow, this is fantastic. Just like we did in the link click, I'm going to go into this advert later on and I'm going to study everything that I did. That is what should take most of your time because you have gotten something that worked. You need to study the psychology of what you did that is making it to work. You need to study the pattern it is following. You need to study the kind of copy you are using so that you can replicate more and more of it. Once you have gotten something that works, you harness testing things blindly again. You need to follow that thing that is working and do more of it. I hope it makes sense. Now, your next question is, how do I customize my column so that it will be showing me all these metrics? Now, what do? You come to these columns, and then there's a place called customize column. So you click on customize column here. Remember the primary metrics because those are the ones that I'm going to bring on top. So you click on customize column here. By the way, if you want to create that hook rate that I told you about, you won't see it. Facebook does not give it to you. But if you want to create it, you come to custom here. So you come to custom and then you are able to create a custom metrics. I'm not going to create it, but I'm just going to tell you. So this is the metrics. Impression to 3-second video, not any other one here. Impression to 3-second video. So when you choose it, you can now name it hook rate here. I like to just name it hook rate. I just name it hook rate here. And one more thing, you see this format, there is numeric, there is currency. I always choose percentage. So when I do that, I'll click on create matrix and I have created the matrix, but I'm not going to create the matrix right here. I say the first one is hook rate because I have created it before. I'll just search for hook rate and it will come up. Every time that you uncheck it, it means you don't want it to show in the column. But once you check it, it means it's going to show in the column. Now, what you do here is you can actually use this to move things around. Like I said, I like to put all my primary metrics in one place. So you can see hook rate. After hook rate, the next one following it is link click. Next one following it is cost per link click, click-through rate, messaging, conversation, so that when I look at it, I'll just look at all the primary metrics once. Like I said, you can always move things around. You can always move things around. Now, let me talk to you about one thing that I look at in my secondary metrics a lot, and that is video average video play time. What does that mean? It means on average, how many minutes do people play my video before they drop off? And how does that help our business? Well, the first thing is that when you know one of the video that is keeping people's attention, you'll be able to create more of that video. All right. So what that means is that out of all these videos, I'm seeing it 11 seconds, 9 seconds, 12 seconds, but I saw one that is 13 seconds. So what that means, this one, I'm going to study what I did in this video. Maybe I told a story. Maybe that story was interesting. Maybe I was teaching something. Something has to happen to keep people's attention for 13 seconds before they drop off, like on average, you understand? Because this is like the average video play time. Now, when you look at it all this way, you will be able to master how you actually analyze your eye. This is a paid masterclass that I've given you. I really wish you're going to take this seriously and you start analyzing your advert the right way. Please, the very first advice I give anybody is once you have seen what is working, you have to do 100 times of it. So when I look at this, that is giving me 30 seconds average play time. Like I said, what is the play time? How many minutes, how many seconds people watch your video before they drop off? Some of you might say, oh, 30 seconds is very small. Well, this video is less than 1 minute. So if somebody watch for 13 seconds, it means that person invested a lot of your time, a lot of their time on it. So if this video was like 1 hour or 30 seconds, 30 minutes, you are going to see the average play time go up. But this is just a 1 minute video for my advert. So if somebody watching 30 seconds, watching 10 seconds, it means that person have actually invested some time there. And that's how I look at it. So when you look at it this way, you'll be able to really, really analyze your advert the right way, and you'll be able to now make an informed decision. I hope you found value in this video. If you want to learn how you can create and install Pixel very well in 2025, I've just created a video and I'm going to link it right away. Just click on it and watch it, and you'll be very happy that you did.